Thanks very much. So let's do a quick demo of Chief Joy Officer. Bring some joy. Let me see if I can, if it wants to change slides. All right, yeah. So today's presentation, who am I? Real quick, we'll do that. Why Chief Joy Officer? We'll talk about that. We'll do a live demo, see how that goes. Want to talk a little bit about the technology stack because I think it's interesting, and then we'll do the questions at the end. Who am I? ML AI engineer currently at National Grid. Was a coach for a long time. Also organizer of JavaScript London. If you're in London, don't be a stranger. Come and hang out if you're there. It's a community meetup group. So let's get into why we're here. So why Chief Joy Officer? So problem, okay. You and your friends are in a group chat. You like to organize fun stuff to do. No one has time to research what's going on and book it. So social connection is important, right, for people, but we're busy with schedules and it's hard to kind of plan fun and engaging activities. Now, many of you have friendship groups, and there's probably some social architect in there who organizes most of the stuff and everyone else kind of just goes along, right? But maybe they get too busy or maybe something happens and they go away and then we don't have fun anymore, right? So basically the target audience here is like individuals 25 to 40, they're busy with work, they want to spend quality time with friends. So what could be some solution here? Something fun. So Chief Joy Officer is an AI social planner, helps you discover and organize local activities your group will love. What does that mean? The vision here is that it would learn the group preferences through the chat interactions over time, enter as another member of the group, right? And provide personalized recommendations. And then ultimately, help with booking and event details. And yeah, that's, enable effortless planning and decision making, I guess, within a sort of group chat experience. So that's the idea. Try and spark some joy. I want to talk real quick about this right before the demo, and then we'll talk about other the rest of it after. But just want you to have this in mind because I'm going to show Langsmith as well. So has an agentic architecture. Okay, so LLM agent as defined by a system that can leverage reasoning to dynamically make decisions in an application flow. So we got the agent, we have some actions. Those actions, reason and act pattern. We have two different tools here. One is web search via Tavily, and the other is a document corpus. In this demo, that document corpus is some articles from Time Out London, so that it knows about London-specific stuff. That is for the POC. And another thing I worked quite a bit to get in is this idea of having long-term cross-thread memory. This is really important because it needs to kind of learn some of the preferences. So hopefully we'll see that right now in the demo. Let's go. Let's do some demos. So let me change over here. If it lets me click. Of course, it's making it difficult. So let's just say, like, find me some fun stuff to do. So you have to imagine I'm just reaching out now. Here we go. So I've been chatting with it before, and it's actually coming up now with some stuff about sailing because it happens to know that I enjoy sailing. So I was kind of curious. I didn't know what it was going to do there, but I'm going to give it something else. It's given me some interest-specific things. I'm going to add a new interest so that I can show you in a second. Like, I also like running. Oh, run. I can't spell running. How about some running stuff? Let's see. And off we go. Right, here we go. So now it's like, it's gone off, done the agentic thing. It's probably done some tool calling there and it's found some stuff. And now I can like click on those links, go and have a look at that. The cool thing is that's now down as one of my interests. And just in case you don't believe me about the cross-thread memory, I am going to open it up in another tab over here, show you. So here we are again. What are some of my interests? Let's see if it remembers. There you go. You've expressed an interest in sailing and running. Both are fantastic activities and all the rest. So we've got some long-term memory. So I think what's interesting to have a look at here, just going back to the other thread, is what happened under the hood. So yeah, let's just load those latest ones. Seems to be behaving today, so that's good if they come through. So let's have a look what happened here, right? It's quite interesting if you remember the graph from before. So it came in, goes to the agent, right? And the trick with this is that we inject this user information into the system prompts. So here you see on the screen, there's no new user information, but there's also sort of updated, right? The user enjoys sailing, the user is located in London. That's what it had at this time when I, initiated that particular chat. But it went through, it did its Tavily search, went off on the internet, found some relevant content, came back with an answer. And then you have at the end this write memory node. And this is kind of where we persist new information, right? So this one, the whole idea is that it basically will like pick up some new stuff from the current conversation. So you see here, you've now got the user enjoys running, and that will be added and persisted. And in the next turn of the conversation, that is in the system prompt. So it is a context aware agent, which is quite important. Hopefully that all makes sense. So how much time do we have? Yeah, looking good. So let's talk about the technology stack a little bit. So there's a lot of text on this slide. I want to highlight the 3 things that I think are really important, all of which you just saw. 1, orchestration layer. The land graph. The graph is like the brain of the application, right? It's tool agnostic, it's extensible and configurable. Highly recommend if you want to build this kind of system. Observability via Langsmith. That is what we just saw. If you can't measure something, you cannot improve it. So, you need to be able to observe what is happening in the system. And that's what we just saw, the traces, and you can delve in and see at each step, right? I also wanted to talk a little bit about the front end. So for the proof of concept, I just used Chainlit because it was very easy to get going. I also would like to do a WhatsApp API integration because it's quite important with like any software systems, kind of just meet users where they are. I did a little bit of rudimentary user research, and I found that many people hang out in WhatsApp groups. At least that is the case in London and the case in Europe. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it for that. As for the rest of the things in here, if you're really interested in these things, contact me. I've put my LinkedIn down the bottom there. We can chat in depth about all of it, but these were the other things I sort of did in terms of what's the vector database, the web search evals, and the LLM that was used. All right, I think that is it. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. Look forward to your questions, and yeah, get in touch. Get more.